Hey guys, what's going on? Sherman here. Very excited to do this video for you guys. I'm going to be taking a look at and doing sort of a preliminary review of a knife that I just got. This is going to be, kind of a first impressions review. I haven't got to use this knife because it's not mine. This knife comes from my buddy Jeff, aka California Weapons Guy, aka Bladeworks on Instagram. And this knife is actually sold, and currently it's supposed to belong to another person. So I actually have to ship this out very soon, but I wanted to get this video in and show you guys because this is an amazing knife. This is the most expensive, nicest knife I have ever gotten to have in my possession. I have held more expensive knives, but to actually have for a brief period of time, this is the nicest. So super excited. So I'm just going to show you guys, kind of from square one, just kind of open the box. And I have already opened this and played with it a little bit, just kind of give you guys the unboxing feel. Okay, don't remember those being in there. Anyway, alright, so very, very nice box. Right off the bat, I'll lower the camera down actually. Drop it down low. Extremely nice presentation. Presentation. If you just want to be, a douche about it, whatever. But amazing knife, or amazing box, or packaging rather. See up on the side here, Marfione Custom Knives. This is a Microtech. This is the Microtech Matrix two-tone stonewash L-Max carbon fiber with stonewash hardware. So yeah, most of you guys are going to know right off the bat that this is going to be amazing. Now, please forgive me of my ignorance. I am no Jim Skelton. I do not handle knives like this on a regular basis. Therefore, I do not know a whole lot about knives like this. I don't have much experience. But that's what's so nice about Jeff being able to do this for me, sending me these knives, for me to, at least briefly play with, say I can have the experience, and to put them on camera for you guys. So there's going to be many more knives like this in the future. If you guys remember from, a video I uploaded about a year ago, he sends me knives periodically here and there for you guys to check out and to possibly help sell. This one's already sold. But anyway, I'm sure I'm going to get comments, for the video, to see the knife turn, go to blah, blah time, whatever. But, for those of you who actually enjoy this portion of the video, thank you. So anyway, magnetic closure on this box. Very cool. I say that, wrong side, dummy. Almost just ripped the box. Alright, so when you open it, this is what greets you. Very, very nice. You get your own nylon carrying case. Very cool. The coolest thing, and I'm going to try to talk him into letting me keep this, is this little Microtech dagger is a patch. How cool is that? I think it's probably aluminum. It may be titanium. I'm not sure. But how cool is that? It's a patch. Hook and loop on that bad boy. And on the zipper pull, you have a little Microtech dagger bead. Nice little touches like that. That's really cool. Inside, you have a very cool certificate of authenticity that is laser cut. I'm assuming it's laser cut, maybe water jet, I'm not sure. Out of a single piece of aluminum. Very cool. There's your model name, blade type, birth date. This is very new. It doesn't have a serial number. And made by Anthony Marfione. And I'm assuming this is a one-off, or not a one-off, but a custom. That's probably why it doesn't have a serial number. I'm not too sure. But there's your Marfione custom knives. And it comes with a nice little cleaning cloth. So very cool packaging. A lot of really nice stuff in here. Just a little attention. It's the attention to detail that Microtech does so well. So I'm just going to take that off to the side. And like I said, here's the nice little cocoon for it, if you will. So you open it up, nicely padded, almost like with a Sherpa And not only, I mean, the knife, this nylon pouch comes in a box. Inside the nylon pouch is a microfiber pouch that the knife is in. So a lot of levels of protection. This is also hook and loop, by the way, if you want to put your Microtech patches on there. So I'm going to take this off to the side as well and just concentrate on this gorgeous knife. I'm sorry about the camera movement. I'm trying to get the right angle. And then here it is. This is the Anthony Marfione Microtech Matrix. Absolutely beautiful. You can see that beautiful carbon fiber scales. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. I'm almost afraid to even hold this knife just because of what it's worth. And it belongs to somebody else. You can see on the pocket clip there, a Marfione Matrix 815. Stonewash hardware, which I like much more than the Bead Blast. But I do believe this is an actual custom hand ground unique blade as opposed to the regular matrices. But I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I know this sounds ignorant of me, but like I said, this isn't a full in-depth review because obviously I can't carry and use this knife. So this is just taking a look at the knife itself, just to put it on camera and just for you guys to take a look at and to hear my very, very noobish opinions of this knife. You do have a very cool glass breaker tip down here on the butt end of the knife. A little pommel, if you will. Very cool. It is very tactical. Pretty sharp too. So you can get this, if you God forbid you had to use your knife defensively, you have that as a non-lethal to possibly lethal impact device or as a glass breaker. But very cool little attachment. It looks neat. I like it. Deep carry clip. So they kind of went away from the DOC style clips, where half the knife is sticking out of your pocket. So they finally went with a deep carry clip. They have the Microtech proprietary tri-wing screws. Very cool custom pivot. When I say custom, Microtech may use this on a couple of other pivots, but this is the first time I've seen it. Very cool looking. Not sure how you would adjust that. That's not just a tri-tip. I don't know what kind of tool you need to adjust that, but it looks very cool. It does have a lanyard loop. The backspacer is really cool. You can see it's like a flow-through style backspacer. Looks really neat. I believe that is aluminum. It's very light. This whole knife only weighs, and it's a big knife. You can see it in my hand. This whole knife only weighs 5 ounces. So a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that's way too much, and I need it to weigh air. But that's nothing to most knife guys. It does have the frame inlay basically for the frame lock, or the insert, kind of like the Kershaw Knockout. Very cool. It does have a stainless steel lock face, but I'll show you guys that in a second. Now let's just go ahead and deploy it so you can see that beautiful blade and see the flipping action. Let me come out a little bit. Flips beautifully, and look at that blade. God, that's a gorgeous, gorgeous blade. Beautiful stone wash on that. And then the way where it's bead blasted up here in this neat little cutout, little portion. The way that contrasts is just beautiful. Deep hollow grind on this blade, and even the unsharpened swedge portion up here is hollow ground, which is really cool looking. You don't see that a lot. Very interesting blade shape, how it swoops down almost like a reverse tanto, but it is a clip point. But it looks like it'd be considered a reverse tanto. Tonto, however you want to pronounce it. Which is absolutely beautiful blade on that. So ergonomics are fantastic actually. Feels great in the hand. Really, really thin. See, but it is a big knife. I mean, surprised. I thought this knife would be a lot smaller than it is. But this knife overall is 9.5 inches long. Like you can see, it's a big knife. 3 3/4 inch blade. But like I said, only 5 ounces. But that's because of the pure. I don't know if you can, how well you guys can see down there. But this whole scale is just pure carbon fiber. No, I don't see any steel inlay or inserts rather, or liners. I mean. Like the only thing in the handle would be this lock bar insert, which I believe is aluminum. I don't even think it's titanium. It may be titanium actually, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure actually it is titanium. But it does have a lock bar or a lock face insert, which is removable. I may have it wrong. It may be aluminum and the lock face may be titanium. Like I said, I know I'm a noob, guys. I have not had a lot of time to research different things on this knife. This is basically just me showing a beautiful knife and just rambling about it. You know, some of you guys would want to see this, some wouldn't. But, you know, if you guys want an outstanding video on a very expensive custom knife, go watch Jim Skelton. He knows what he's doing. But it looks like it would be funky and very uncomfortable to hold. But there's just something about it. It is extremely comfortable. The jimping is very well done. I really like how they did the jimping. It looks really cool. It's got that beveling, chamfering around the edges, and then it's just flat on top. There's your lock, your blade stop. Just a beautiful profile. Very different. It is very industrial looking, I think. But that's the kind of knife that I go for, to be honest. You know, I love this look. Microtech pulled it off really, really well. Just beautiful. Very smooth. Riding on ball bearing washers, I believe. Let's see. Yep, definitely ball bearing in there. And you can kind of open it using the little flat portion here. It's really hard. I only got it to do it like once. Yeah, it's not recommended, but I guess you can do it because the problem is just the angle. You're having to press down on the lock bar, which is engaging that strong detent even more. Which is what the problem I had with the DOC was that flipping it was the same thing. You know, you're having to put your hand on the lock bar. This doesn't have that same problem, and it just has a nice thunk when it closes. If that's how you can describe it, like listen, it just thunk. It just sounds cool. Very nice. It's nice sounding when it comes out. It is just a really nice snap sound. I don't know. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. There's just something about it triggers the knife, the knife lover in me. I guess it just sounds so cool. It's almost like the racking of a shotgun, if you know what I mean. It's just there's just something to that sound, that thunk. Buttery smooth flipper though. I'm very impressed with that. Sometimes the lock sticks a little bit. I mean, not much at all. You can feel it sometimes, which is what originally made me think that it might be titanium. I think I'm kind of wearing it in, just playing with it now, though. So the detent is strong, but also it cannot deploy all the way if you just kind of loosely flip it. It's not foolproof. It won't flip flawlessly every time, but if you manipulated enough flippers to know how to, how to handle it, it'll flip for you every time, if that makes sense. Because some flippers, well, all flippers flip differently. And that's the thing I think a lot of people don't understand when they get flippers, is that, they develop a technique for one flipper, then they get another one, they're like, oh, this thing is a piece of junk. It doesn't flip worth a crap. I'm going to sell it. I hate this knife. Why'd they do that? And, they just weren't flipping it right. Every knife requires a slightly different flipping technique. This one, you can light switch. I don't prefer light switching. I don't know why. I just do not like that flipping style. Some knives you have to. This one, push button. Works great. Can you do the caressing motion like you have to do with the Quakens? Yeah. Yep, you can flip it like that. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful thing, guys. This knife is gorgeous. Let me give you another real good close-up. Just gorgeous finish. Beautiful carbon fiber. Love the pattern that they went with. The steel on this, by the way, is L-Max. So, I believe this one is L-Max. The ones online are. Well, actually, it said it on the box. Never mind. Look at that. Look how smooth that was. And it does not rebound when you close it, which that's a huge pet peeve of mine with knives. Meaning when you close it, it actually, the detent isn't strong enough and it actually just pops back out. But the detent on this, it just sucks it in. Get to do it again. It is very nice. That just flips outstanding. Really wish I could keep this knife. It is beautiful. Extremely sharp too. So magazine paper. Getting a little hung up, but there we go. It needs to be stropped a little bit. I'm not going to do it because it's not my knife. But very nice factory edge. Extremely nice factory edge. Yeah, it is such a nice knife. Like I said, hopefully you guys are enjoying this video and have not, just quit after the first 5 minutes, because this is not an orthodox, video that I normally do. Because this is basically just my first kind of overall impressions of the knife, / just giving you guys a few specs. Not even a real review. I kind of feel bad even calling it a review. Just kind of taking a look at it. But yeah, this knife, I believe this model retails, or at least similar ones. I don't know if it's this exact model, but on Blade HQ, these typically go for around $1,300. So that's why I feel really uncomfortable holding this knife right now. I'm not going to lie. I've never had a knife that nice in my possession before. Just gorgeous. Definitely going to get a few more pictures for Instagram for you guys before I send this thing off tomorrow. Look at that the jimping on that flipper is really nice. Not painful at all. Like I said, the ergonomics are just surprisingly fantastic. Lockup, of course, rock solid in both directions, side to side and up and down. I do notice, like with the DOC, the lock can kind of creep in a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it. You can kind of feel it creep in a little bit. That may go away over time, but it's not a big deal at all. When you grab it, sometimes you can kind of feel it. But just, oh man, it feels so good. I really wish I could start carrying this and using it. Yeah, beautiful blade. Very nice edge on it. And just flips. This is one of those knives that's really fun to play with. This is a really fun flipping knife. Some knives, to me, like the DOC and the ZT-0560, to me those weren't fun flipping knives. They were just so hard and uncomfortable to flip because they were, so tactical that, there was no, at least with my models anyway, there was no real finesse, if that makes sense. It was just like, if you need this knife, it'll flip, but it's not going to feel good when you do it. Here again, if that makes sense. That was just my models anyway. But this is fun to flip. Feels good in reverse grip too, actually. Very cool. And it has one of those feels like the blade is so much bigger than the handle, even though it's really not. It's pretty balanced. But just feels like the blade is so much bigger than the handle. And I like that look, actually. Balancing points right there in the finger choil. But super cool. Like I said, I really wish I could hold on to this knife a little bit longer. And, or, just keep it. But unfortunately, I cannot. But he's gonna be sending me some more knives like this to check out in the future. So I'm super excited about seeing what else he's gonna send me. And I hope you guys are too. I hope you enjoy these videos, and I'm not just, basically wasting my time. I was never really wasting my time. I get to, verbalize my appreciation of this knife. That was kind of what I started with here on YouTube. You know, I just never really thought a lot of people would start watching my videos. My main thing was just I really wanted to speak about a knife, you know, talk about my passions, you know, verbalize my feelings towards these knives and just get it on camera. Even if nobody watched it, it just made me feel better to talk about it. You know, it gets all that energy out, if that makes sense to you guys. But excellent knife. I do highly recommend this knife. You know, it obviously extremely expensive, but if you guys, you know, if you have this kind of money, I highly recommend it. If, you know, like I said, if you have the kind of money and you're looking into getting, you know, a $1,000 knife or a little bit over that, definitely look into these Microtechs. They're putting out some beautiful stuff. Like I said, he's going to be sending me some more things, so definitely check that out in the future, guys. But anyway, about to box this baby up, send it off to its new owner. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely tell me in the comments what you think. You know, if you guys really want to see some more of these videos in the future, even though I'm not that knowledgeable. But I enjoy doing them. It gives me, this really gives me the opportunity to test out and play with a lot of knives that I would never get the chance to otherwise. So, big thank you to Bladeworks, aka California Weapon Guy. You know, this guy right here. Been a friend of mine for many years. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this common man, layman's look at a high-end knife. Alright guys, have a great rest of your night. Stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman614, peace.